from Missouri State Highway Patrol. My official title is I'm a Public Information Education Officer. That's a really big title to try to put on a little bitty business card. What it means is I talk all day long. I come to schools like this and talk. I do seatbelt presentations. I do programs for senior adults. I've got one tomorrow in Poplar Bluff where I'm talking, thank you, where I'm talking to a bunch of old people. I'm probably the oldest one in the room, so I can say no, okay. Why'd you point at him?
I'm old as dirt.
But I love what I do. What got me excited about Highway Patrol was whenever I was in high school and middle school and elementary school, was troopers coming into our school and talking to us about what it's like to be a trooper. And I can remember asking them, you know, what's this, what's that, all the things on their belt, and what do they do. Number one question that was always asked, have you ever shot anybody? Anybody ever shot you? The answer for me on both of those is no. I've never shot anybody, and nobody's ever shot me. I have been in some pretty tense situations where you get to wrestling with guys and fighting them and that sort of thing. Fortunately, I'm still here. But the reason I do what I do is if I can get you, next time you drive your car or truck or whatever, to put that seatbelt on, to think about it, I've done my job. See, I try to change one person's mind today. A group this big, I am not going to convince everybody to wear a seatbelt every time we get in the car. But if I can get one of you, next time you drive, to go, I'm going to put my seatbelt on because that goofy trooper come talk to us at school, then I have done my job. And that's what I try to do every day. I have had people in my patrol car, and I am now driving a pickup truck, and we'll go out and look at it here in a little bit. But whenever I worked the road full time, and I had people in my car, they'd be handcuffed like this on their way to jail because they had a warrant or they were drunk or something else. You know, I had people tell me, boy, you're the nicest trooper I've ever met. It's not my job to judge. It's not my job to go into a situation with a preconceived idea and look at you and go, well, you're guilty. It's my job to take a drunk driver off the road or somebody that's got a warrant. Take them to jail. Guess what? We all mess up. We all make mistakes. That's all that happened on some of these traffic stops, was these guys made a bad choice to drink and drive. It just so happens, I stopped them and arrested them. It doesn't make them a bad person. Just the choice is bad. You see the difference? Hey, so, take them to jail, fingerprint them, get their picture, they get to spend the night in jail, they go to court. You know what? They took ownership of it. They looked at themselves in the mirrors and said, you know what? I screwed up that night. I should not have drank and drove. I should not have argued with the police officer. I should not have done this. Take responsibility and move on. I use words like responsibility, accountability, and consequences. And I don't use them lightly. They're core values to me in what I believe in. And when I look at the fact that those of you that are driving, what do you suppose the leading cause of death for 16 to 24-year-olds in this country is?
Texting.
Percentage. Yeah.
Just the leading cause of death.
Drunk driving.
Traffic crashes. Traffic crashes are the leading cause of death among people 16 to 24 years of age. Now, what do you think causes those crashes?
Texting.
Distraction.
Drunk driving.
Drink house, exactly.
Okay, looking for one more.
Putting makeup on and talk to like regular drugs and alcohol.
That, I'll put that. So in texting, I'm going to say impairment, or not impairment, distraction, because there's more than just distractions inside a car. So we've got distracted driving, impaired driving, which is alcohol, drugs, magic markers, puff and paint, gasoline, prescription drugs.
In context, I would say wearing a seatbelt.
No, because the seatbelt doesn't cause the crash. Or not wearing a seatbelt does not cause a crash. So we've got impairment and distractions.
Ignorance to actually watch the red light, just speed through it.
Well, that could be distraction. Something distracted you.
Something on the car fails, like the brakes or something.
Yeah, but I'm looking for the top three.
That's really Angry driving, like trying to.
That'd be road rage, and that's down on the list. Think about what I go.
Sleeping?
That distraction. I am a state trooper. What do you suppose the #1 traffic stop we make for?
Speed.
Speed. So we've got distraction, impairment, speed. If we know 17 teenagers die in this country every day in traffic crashes. Had a 9-year-old die in a traffic crash yesterday. Or excuse me, 14-year-old died in a traffic crash yesterday. Not far from here. Now, it's really weird because the driver was a 9-year-old. We're still trying to figure out why 9-year-olds drive and flips the track and ejects everybody in the car. But if we know and 17 teenagers are dying in traffic crashes in this country every day for the rest of your life, we know what is causing it. Speed, distraction, and impairment. Why would we as an agency not do everything we can to try to stop it? Well, we do. On the speed side of things, speed limit is the speed limit. If you're driving 55, speed limit is 55, and you jump up and you're driving 65. It doesn't go up by a count of 10. Anybody know what exponential means? So today something is worth 50 cents. Tomorrow it's worth $1. The next day it's worth $2. By the end of the week, we're up to $50. Well, that's what exponential means. It grows rapidly. The impact of a traffic crash goes up exponentially when you start getting above the speed limit on that. I have seen things done to the human body that God did not intend to happen to a human body. I have worked my traffic crashes, gone home, and cried. Sometimes I've gone to my car and got in and cried. Because things happen in traffic crashes to the human body that don't happen on TV. We've all seen, people on TV dying, in a traffic crash, and they go. It's not the way it happens. So, speed. From a speed standpoint, let's talk about that a little bit. It's kind of fun to drive fast, once or twice, but then you start realizing, you know what, I probably shouldn't do this. When I was 18 years old, I was a senior in high school, I bought myself a motorcycle, a 500 Honda CM, 5-speed, in around about 141 miles an hour. I was clipping along one day, feeling my oats, wound it up to about 130. And I thought, what if I get a June bug right now? Or a dog runs out in front of me? It's going to be a bad day for one of us. About 3 weeks later, I sold the motorcycle. Speed. Speed is the #1 traffic stop that we as troopers make. Pretty easy, and I'm moving. You guys think that job's hard? Think being a law enforcement officer is hard?
I think it can be pretty difficult.
It can be pretty difficult dealing with the people. Now, from a law enforcement standpoint, it's pretty doggone easy. See car speeding, stop car speeding. See car swerving, stop car swerving. See cars not stopped at the stop sign, those 8-sided things that are painted red that say STOP on them, means stop. It doesn't mean look both ways and hope nobody's watching and roll through it. See car without brake lights. See car with one headlight. You stop car with one headlight. Go up and say, hey, the reason I stopped you today is because you got a headlight up. All right, need your driver's license, insurance card, go back. Log it because, per state law, every contact that we have with an enforcement, I have to log it for our racial profile. So that I'm not just stopping you because you're white or stopping you because you're black. I stopped you because you got a headlight. You'd be surprised how many people, whenever we make those traffic stops, immediately want to bow up. And they're mad at me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The reason I stopped you is because you got a headlight out. I didn't stop you because you're white or black. I stopped you because you got a headlight out, because you're speeding, you're swerving, your taillight's right. Oh, okay. Appreciate that. And I'm only giving you a warning. Why are you yelling at me? Oh, okay, we're good. Have a good day. So that's kind of law enforcement 101. Now, dealing with some of the people, that's another issue. Because there are 2 things that we can control every day. And this is something that I'm going to leave with you guys. And if you want to steal it, put it up on a wall somewhere. Go ahead. There are two things that we can control every morning when we get out of bed. What do you suppose they are?
What we say, what we do.
What we say, what we do. I like that one. Your attitude and how you react to things. What we say, what we do. Your attitude. You are the only one that can control your attitude. You are the only one that can control how you react to certain things. Now, we are all from various backgrounds. I grew up over in West Plains, Missouri. Most of you probably don't know where West Plains, Missouri is. It is about 111 miles south and west of here. A little town down on the Arkansas line. I felt like I had a horrible childhood. But then I think most kids do. But something clicked in me one day, and I looked myself in the mirror. And I'm like, you know what? I'm the only one that can control how I react and what my attitude is. You wake up tomorrow morning with a bad attitude, it's on you. You wake up tomorrow morning and your attitude is horrible, and somebody says, hey, can you pick this up? And you blow up at them, it's on you. It's called being part of society. So, dealing with people. And I love making traffic stops. Don't get to do it as much now because I spend most of my time talking. But whenever I got to work the road, I call it play. When I didn't have a report to write, I didn't have an incident to investigate, all I had to do was go out, see car speeding, stop car speeding. That's fun. Put people on the shoulder of the road. But guess what? You don't want to have an involvement with a police officer? Don't break the law. Pretty simple, really. I mean, you don't want to get called to the school principal? Do something to get their attention. So, I make traffic stops on people, but somehow, because we're driving 95 on the interstate, and I stop them, it's my fault? How does that work? You're the one who's driving 95, sir, not me. I'm just going to write you a ticket and kick you loose. But somehow, something you did that I reacted to is my fault. So, on the speeding ticket, 2005, 1,458 people died on Missouri's roadways in traffic crashes. Well, the Highway Patrol got together along with MoDOT and healthcare professionals like hospitals, air evac, ambulance services, said, what can we do to try to get that number down? Because that was almost an all-time high number in the state of Missouri. Well, healthcare professionals have better training now. Air evac will fly in and out of just about, you guys know what I mean by air evac, right? Yeah. Helicopter service, ambulance. And there's 2 or 3 that operate in this neck of the woods. So, air evac's better trained. The hospitals have better ER staff, more trauma people on board. We got better at first aid and that sort of thing. Our fatalities started going down a little bit.